Yeah, just finish up your video there. Couple things I have to touch on. One thing. The in the Iran-Iraq war, it's not exactly. I mean, yes, the U.S. did destabilize, but the thing is that they needed money. So now I'm not supporting what they did. I'm just saying what they did. They needed money. So what'd they do? They sold to Iran. Well, the thing is, they hated Iran more than they hated Iraq. In fact, they hated Iran because Iran was a radical Muslim government that wanted to install other radical Muslim governments in their neighbor states. So actually, yes, the U.S. did sell some arms to Iran, but that was mostly to justify all the arms that they sold to Iraq, because they sold a shitload of arms to Iraq, but to keep the area stable, they sold arms as well to Iran. Let's see, what else did you talk about? Turn on green light. There you go. There's the green light. Okay. The other thing about the fact that Democrats, they pass these bills and they don't even read them. You act like, like they're little pieces of paper that are like a page long. What most of these bills are is that these bills are hundreds and hundreds of pages long. They have to cover every possible scenario, and even then they don't cover every scenario. But what happens is that the wording of these bills, the ones that get released to the people, are maybe 4 or 5 pages long. These bills get... Now, I know this because back in college... Lint ball. Anyway, back in college, my government teacher was a guy who used to work with a senator, a Democratic senator. But anyway, what happens is that these bills are so damn long that what they have to do is they have their interns read these 100, 200, 300-page documents, and then their interns or their pages will then brief them on what the thing said. So most of the bills that pass through, no, are not read by your average senator, because you have hundreds of them that pass every single, hundreds and hundreds of bills that go through every single year, and they just don't have to read tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of pages every single semester. I'm sure they do have time, they just don't make time. They're too busy trying to make themselves money. For example, the Patriot Act, which I don't know if you talked about that, but I'm sure you hate it. The Patriot Act. Did you know that the Patriot Act... No, don't... Those people who are watching my video, think that the U.S. attacked itself, don't take this the wrong way, but, the Patriot Act was an act that was written years ago. What happens is that a lot of these bills are written years in advance, and they have what a lawmaker will have is that they'll have 5 different bills for every scenario possible. They pull it off like the Patriot Act. They've always wanted to take away our freedoms. So what they did is they took the Patriot Act off the shelf. They made a couple of adjustments, and they had it the very next day. No, it's not that they planned it ahead of time. This is not addressed towards you, Warren, but, it's not that they planned it ahead of time. It's just that they had these bills on hand. They have hundreds of bills like this on hand that people with no lives write up 100-page documents because they think it's brief. But anyway. Yeah, but the reason, like, for example, right after 9/11, you didn't even have these things that said that the U.S. attacked itself. No one would dare say something like that. So if you have something like the Patriot Act that comes up and, everybody looks at and on the surface, in brief, it's there the next day, it's there a couple days later, and in brief, it seems like a good idea at the time, so everybody passes it. Because you're not a patriot if you don't pass it. That's why it's called the Patriot Act. No, bad pun. Anyway. But you're saying, that Democrats don't read the bills that they pass? Truth is, they don't. And it's not that they're trying to kiss the 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 Republicans' asses. It's the thing is that they're trying to kiss the Democrats' asses. Here's an example for you. There is a senator named Lieberman. You may remember he ran for vice president with Gore a couple years back. Anyway, Lieberman agrees with the Democratic Party 90% of the time. The only thing that he does not agree with the Democratic Party with is Israel. They tried to get him kicked out of the Democratic Party for not agreeing with them 100% of the time. So most of your senators, unless they've been there for dozens and dozens of years, they vote with their party. And that's the problem with a two-party system. But anyway. Oh, shit. I think that's all I wanted to touch on. Touchy. No, that's not directed towards you or anybody that would be watching this video. I just felt like doing it. Because I can. Because it's my damn video. Anyway. That's all I have to say. Maybe I'll add on something else, but probably not. So, this is Joe Bob, 1/2. And you know the rest. It's love and peace, man. Love and peace.